Imagine a time where music was a grand display of ornate styles and complex forms. Welcome to the Baroque period. In the 17th and early 18th centuries, a musical revolution was brewing in Europe. This was a time of grandeur and extravagance mirrored in the music of the era. Intricate harmonies and elaborate melodies were the order of the day. The music was rich, textured, and filled with emotion, reflecting the complexities of the human experience. At the heart of this musical revolution were composers who pushed the boundaries of what was musically possible. Enter Johann Sebastian Bach and Antonio Vivaldi, two titans of the Baroque period. They crafted masterpieces that still resonate with audiences today. Their music was dynamic, powerful, and innovative, shaping the soundscape of the time. The Baroque period set the stage for what we now know as classical music, paving the way for a new era. As we transition into the classical era, music takes on a new form, focusing on clarity, order, and balance. This period, stretching from 1750 to 1820, was a time of great innovation. A shift from the ornate and complex musical forms of the Baroque period, the classical era was marked by a pursuit of elegance and simplicity. It was a time when music became more accessible, moving away from the royal courts and into the public sphere. In this era, we met some of the most influential composers in history, like Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, a prodigy whose music echoed the balance and clarity of the time. His compositions, while complex, were known for their melodic beauty and emotional depth. And then there was Ludwig van Beethoven, another giant of the classical era, whose music was a bridge to the upcoming Romantic period. The classical era was a time of great change and innovation, but nothing could prepare the world for the revolutionary impact of one man. Enter Ludwig van Beethoven, a composer who defied the odds and changed the course of music history. Born in the late 18th century, Beethoven's life was marked by a profound struggle. He began to lose his hearing in his late 20s, a cruel irony for a man whose life was deeply intertwined with music. Yet it was this very struggle that propelled him towards greatness. His deafness forced him to listen more deeply, to hear the music in his mind. This resulted in compositions that were revolutionary in their dramatic and emotional intensity. Take Beethoven's Fifth Symphony as an example. The iconic da-da-da-dum motif is a testament to his genius, a sonic embodiment of fate knocking at the door. Just as his music surged with a raw, unbridled power, so too did it mirror the tumultuous narrative of his life. Beethoven's influence was vast, ushering in a new era of emotion and individualism. The Romantic era, a period marked by passion, emotion, and individualism. As the 19th century unfurled, so did a new chapter in the history of music. This was an era where composers broke free from the constraints of form and structure and were inspired to express their deepest feelings and emotions through their music. Two composers who embodied this unbridled passion were Frédéric Chopin and Franz Liszt. Chopin, with his intimate piano compositions, captured the essence of longing and love, while Liszt's virtuosic performances were akin to rock concerts of today, electrifying audiences across Europe. Their music, filled with dramatic dynamics and poignant melodies, spoke directly to the hearts of listeners. It was no longer about adhering to the rules, but about communicating raw emotion and individualistic expression. The Romantic era brought a new depth of emotion and expression to music, but the influence of classical music didn't stop there. From film scores to jazz and even pop music, the influence of classical music is everywhere. It's woven into the fabric of our everyday life, subtly shaping the sounds we hear and love. It's in the grandeur of a cinematic orchestra, the improvisational spirit of a jazz solo, and the melodic structure of a catchy pop tune. Contemporary artists across genres draw inspiration from the masters of yesteryears, incorporating the harmonies of Mozart or the rhythms of Bach into their own unique compositions. This exchange of musical ideas, this dialogue across centuries, is what keeps classical music alive and relevant. Because you see, classical music isn't confined to a bygone era. It's a timeless art form, transcending boundaries of time, culture and geography. It's a universal language that speaks to our shared human experience, our joys, our sorrows, our dreams. So the next time you listen to your favorite song, remember the elegant history of classical music that has shaped the world we live in today.